Welcome to the RJI Futures Lab, where we help you make your organization more innovative. I'm Ruben Stern. This week, new ideas for election night and for breaking news coverage. On election night last month, many newsrooms tried new ways to inform their audiences as the results came in. Futures Lab reporter Allison Prang takes a look at some interesting ideas from NPR and USA Today.
NPR combined their on-air and online election night coverage to build an experience specifically for television. The broadcast was optimized for Google Chromecast and included a combination of audio, images, text, and graphics.
We wanted to make something that fit well on the TV and play to our strengths, which is really our live radio broadcast. So we built the experience around sort of a passive visual experience as well as a very active listening experience where the live stream was always happening and was kind of your main focus.
Welcome to our election party. We've got news, behind-the-scenes views, and analysis you can only get from NPR.
For a live event like this, it seems like a no-brainer that we would try to make something that fit on a TV, because we're always thinking about how we can get our content into new spaces. And we got a lot of responses, and a lot of them were very positive. The point was to experiment with it and see what we could do with a platform like that. And the people who did use it for Chromecast were really happy that we did. There were people who, they responded saying they wanted more control, they wanted more to interact with. And, this was an experiment for us. We really dialed up the passiveness of the experience to sort of an extreme. So we were kind of expecting that feedback, and we got it. Our main platform, the radio, aside from cars, nobody has radios. So we need to think about where does our content go now? And with devices like a Chromecast, which we optimized for, devices where you can run apps on your TV, radio fits really well there.
When races were called, USA Today sent out election results using the app Yo. Yo sends zero-character push notifications that can also include links. Anyone who subscribed to USA Today's accounts, Yo Dems and Yo GOP, received links to their coverage.
When you subscribed to Yo GOP for election 2014, you received a link to the state that was just called. When they got a Yo, they would click and then they would go to the interactive and then they would engage on our site there with the particular interactive of the state. We had hoped that everyone would subscribe to both parties, because at that point you could look at your notifications and you could see very clearly who was in the lead. These are the people that are not tied to the TV, they're not tied to their phones, they're out and about or they've gone to bed or whatever, and they can look at their phone and immediately know, wow, the GOP swept the Senate. We were counting on people not necessarily clicking right then, but we were also going after the people who would click later. Think about how busy we are and how much news we're trying to ingest and how quickly we're trying to ingest it. And Yo plays a crucial part in trying to accommodate that need.
For the Futures Lab, this is Allison Prang.
USA Today plans to use their Yo accounts for both parties in the future. Social media have enabled many different approaches to delivering information in breaking news situations. That also includes new possibilities for managing the coverage. The Futures Lab's Katie Mersman shows us how that works for editors at Mashable and the Weather Channel.
Social media tools allow Mashable to move away from traditional news formats and tailor the method of reporting to the content.
If it's just a video, if it's just a Vine, an Instagram, or even a tweet, that can be the story. We don't require ourselves to have 800 words with the lead up top and the nut graph and build it up from there. On the website, we're going to be usually live blogging if it's kind of like a rapid moving event. And that could be anything from a chat type environment, if it's like an Apple launch and it's very short and quick. You don't have time to develop mini posts, really any kind of comprehensive thought. For longer events, we call that slow jamming the news. If it's like a 3-day Ukraine presidential election, for instance, we'll use something like Scribble Live or Storify to develop the larger story into a series of little news nuggets.
With stories like the Ferguson protests, coordinating social media efforts can allow reporters on the ground to work with editors in the newsroom, ensuring that both parties are better informed.
And we realized that I could cover a lot of the things from New York. I could watch the press conferences because they're all live streamed. I could do the live blog, I could tweet updates, but they could go out there and talk to people, and they can get quotes, and they could, you know, do a story around the main press conference. And so we kind of worked in tandem with them. And I kind of felt like an idiot at one point because I was watching Twitter, seeing reports of tear gas, watching live streams, and so I was texting Amanda saying, hey, get up to the Quick Trip, there's tear gas there. And she just wrote back like, I know, you know, and I saw a photo not too long after on Instagram of like washing her eyes of tear gas.
Reese relies on social media management tools like TweetDeck to facilitate the flow of news in and out of the newsroom on Twitter.
On one side, everything's coming in. I'm looking for new content, looking for tweets or photos or whatnot. On the other side, it's like, we got to get this back out and make sure people are seeing it. So it's almost like this pipe where it comes in and goes back out. And really, that's all coming through on TweetDeck for me, personally. You know, once you start filtering in TweetDeck, you can really start to customize these kind of, you know, fire hose gathering nets, whatever you want to call it, to just be delivering a constant stream of content that you can end up using on your website.
The Weather Channel uses social media management tools to help reporters and editors coordinate their efforts and keep track of which sources provide good, useful information. Renee Desjardins uses Hootsuite to keep lists of trustworthy sources, specifically related to different types of weather in areas of the country.
We share the lists with our on-air talent and our producers and our social media team. These are the lists you're going to want to be following for this particular event. We're looking at new ways to get information to our viewers and our followers, and looking at creative ways to get information to them as well.
Currently, the Weather Channel is live tweeting severe weather events to keep viewers updated when they're away from the TV. For the Futures Lab, this is Katie Mersman.
Mashable is also experimenting with the service Data Miner to identify breaking news, while the Weather Channel is adopting a social media management platform called Sprinkler. You'll find more information about these and other tools along with this video. And that's it for this report from the RJI Futures Lab. I'm Ruben Stern. We'll see you in the future.